Good morning, students. We are going to draw the human face, and we are going to talk about the proportions of the face. I would like for you to draw a generic face where all of the parts are the correct size and in the correct spot. So I am going to draw with a pencil and with a Sharpie. I think you should just draw with a pencil so that you can erase. You will definitely need to be erasing. I have a shape that you can trace for your face if you don't want to draw it freehand, but I think you could also easily draw it freehand. But if you are using the face, this skinnier part should be the chin and the bigger part should be the top of the head. Sometimes this chin will be a little bit too wide, so you might have to erase and make it skinnier. So when you look at the packet that I gave you, you need to make guidelines for where to put the parts of your face. So your face has symmetry, so I'm going to make a light line in the center. That is a vertical line. And then I'm going to make a light line in the center. That's a horizontal line. And then the first thing that you need to make are the eyes. And you want to try to make 5 evenly spaced areas. I saw some of my students making really tiny faces in the middle of this big head. You do not want to do that. You want to make your eyes, you should be able to fit 5 equal spaces across. So I'm just going to kind of guesstimate that. That's good. So your eyes are going to look really huge on here to you, but that is the correct size or proportion compared to your face shape. Next will be the color part of your eye, the iris. That should be a circle that touches the top and the bottom. And then, do you see how you would see the white part only on the sides but not up here? If you do this, it kind of looks odd. It's not correct. So, and then you have a little pupil in there. So you should have iris, and then pupil is the black part. So I'm going to draw a guideline for the nose. Your nose should be halfway between your eye and your chin. So about right there. And then your mouth is going to be halfway between your nose and your chin. This is going to be the bottom of your mouth. And then the top of your mouth is maybe halfway between those two. Okay, and then the nose, I like to make the tip of my nose just like a U shape. And then I'm going to make an opening for the nostrils, which is like a sad face. Okay, and then sometimes this U shape later on will change. We'll change the shape of the eye and the nose, but for now it's going to be light lines just to give you an idea. This should be as wide as the space between your eyes. And then the nose looks like it curves up where your bone is into the eyebrow area, both sides. So you don't want to make a straight line there because that will make your nose look too wide. Okay, the lips. The lips should be as wide as the space between your pupils, so they should be really big on there. You could make an oval, and then you should have this V shape in the middle. If you want to be fancier, you could just look in the mirror and see if you have a V shape or a U shape, and then it usually curves down to a point, and then a U shape on the bottom, and then the line. So you'll have upper lip and lower lip. Okay, your neck should be really wide compared to your head, like that, and then your shoulders would go off the page. So you don't want your head to be larger than your shoulders. So this is a generic face shape, and now we are going to change this into a more realistic face shape. And you can look in a mirror, or you could take a selfie and look at yourself in the mirror, or you could look at an image from the internet or look at one of your friends. So I'm going to erase my guidelines because I don't need them anymore. I already used them up. That's why we draw them lightly, so that we can easily get rid of them. And then I'm going to be looking at myself in a mirror. And I'm going to show you how to change the shapes of your parts. So when I look at myself in the mirror, I could see where my tear duct is. That's this little part here. So I'm gonna make that little, like a letter C. And then my eye goes up like this, and then it comes down. It's like a rainbow. So I'm going to erase the parts that I don't need anymore. And then my bottom it goes up and then down and then up again. So you have to really be able to observe if you want to look exactly like yourself, the shape of your eye. I'm going to fix my iris a little bit because I changed my eye shape. There's like a little piece of flesh in there. Okay, my nose is pointy and it looks like there's a diamond shape on the tip of my nose like this. So I'm going to make that shape. It's a little pointier at the tip. And then my nose goes out like this on each side. And then it curves down. I have thin nostrils. You might have thicker ones. You might have thinner ones. This tip might be a circle. You have to look and see what you're drawing. I have thin nostrils that look like this. And then I could just keep my nose as thin up here. And then when I do my eyebrow shape, I have this kind of line like this on above my eye. That's where my bone is, up by my eyebrow. And then I'm going to draw the shape of my eyebrow. You might have thick eyebrows. You might have thin eyebrows that you could barely see. You might have eyebrows in here like a unibrow. You have to look, really draw what you see. When you are doing your eyelashes, they should curve like this. And you might have short, stubby ones. You might have long ones. But they do not look like this, like SpongeBob. So we are not going to make them straight up and down. They curve. You might have some wrinkles above there for your eyelid and below there. Okay, I'm going to go back down to the lips. So my lips, I have a wide V. You might have a skinny V like this. You might have a U shape for this part in the middle of your lips. I have a wide V like this. And then my upper lip it gets pretty thin down here. You might have a thick upper lip. You might have a thick lower lip. And then my lip goes down like this, and it's pretty thick in the middle there. And then it goes back up. This line in the center isn't exactly straight either. It kind of curves a little bit in there, and then it goes out. If you are a 5th grader and you're looking at your Shobi, I have some tutorials on there for how to really draw some nice nose details, eyes and lips with shading. But for now, this is like how you learn like a simple version of the face. This shape is way too wide compared to my face shape, so I could change my face shape. If I look in the mirror, my head comes in here like this, then it goes out, and then I have a really wide jawbone and probably a skinnier chin than my oval. So I'm going to redraw the shape of my head. You could tell how different each side looks. And I don't want to make this come in too far because I'll mess up my proportions. It'll look strange. Okay, so I could maybe change my neck a little bit. And then I could maybe put like a collar or something for a shirt. The ears should go between the eyes and the bottom of the nose. So I'm just going to make like a little S curve for my ears. So you could see that you have to do a lot of erasing if you really want to get your face to look the way you want it to. Now I'm going to draw hair. So for my hair, I'm going to draw short. I have long hair, but you may have short hair. So I'm going to give you an example. I draw this hairline first. So the hairline is just the hair that's closest to your eyes. My hairline looks like this, and it should come all the way down to your ears unless you have a bald head. So that's my hairline. I'm looking in the mirror to see the shape of my hairline. And then I'm going to draw the top. You have to think of your hair as a shape first. So I'm going to erase this. I'll probably end up drawing it right back in, but I'm going to draw the top of my hair is kind of like this flowy shape. And then it goes all the way down past my shoulders. Sometimes I tuck my hair behind my ears, but now it's not tucked, so I'm going to put it right over my ear, and I'm erasing because I can't see my ear. Okay, so do you see my hair shape over there? If you have short hair, your hair shape might just be like this, sort of. And then after this, I'll draw in the texture or the lines. So my hair is parted right here. So I'm going to draw my part. And then I'm going to draw my lines. And you could also do this with a colored pencil where you're adding details. My hair goes back like this. It's kind of wild and crazy a little bit. So you might want to do some shading with a colored pencil. Bring all these lines down. So this is just a generic version of hair, like a beginning tutorial for hair. If you have short hair, you have to see what direction the lines go in. So yesterday I looked at a student and his hair was combed forward and it was real spiky and it kind of overlapped. So you had these like front parts that look like bangs, and then the back parts came from the center of his head, and it came forward like this. Okay, sometimes you might have longer hair and bangs like this that come all the way down to your eyes. So you really, when you're doing a portrait, you really have to observe. And I think that is it for now. So you should have something like this, and then later on we will learn how to do the colors of the hair and the face and the eyes. Thank you very much for watching.